Hello everybody, pause the video and grab a drink. It is me, Alcatraz Gamer, here with another different video, I guess. I know I need to do more gaming videos and I will get to that, but I was originally gonna do a normal boots or review kind of style video for Mario Kart 8, talking about all the things that I love in it, why I love it, and then a few things that bothered me if you're a completionist on that game. Anyways, I was gonna do that, but then they dropped the trailer for Call of Duty World War II Zombies. And then I pre-ordered the game and realized I should do a video on that. Talk about Nazi zombies as a whole. See, when I was a young tween, I was obsessed with zombies. Like, obsessed with zombies. Like, I had to go to counseling for liking zombies so much. I wish that was comedic writing. That actually happened. But it grew because a friend of my brother's had told him about Call of Duty Zombies, and he told me. And then I got interested and wanted to play it, and eventually I did, and I loved it. The first one I played was the iOS version, and then I played the Wii version of Black Ops. The thing about this game mode is it's stuck so well with Call of Duty because the Call of Duties over the years, especially after Black Ops 2 in particular, have become more and more shit. And this one, World War II, actually surprised me because it actually looks good. Because it looks like they actually upgraded their graphics since Advanced Warfare. But that's besides the point. Zombies has always been better than the rest of the games. They've always been my favorite part of the games. Black Ops 2, I love the zombies mode in that. I played that a lot. Because Black Ops 2 was when I was actually in my Call of Duty phase, and I actually really liked playing that game. I worked on prestiging my guns. So I could get the gold skin. Not because I wanted the gold skin, I just wanted to get it so that I could have it as like, hey, I did that with the gun. Look at me. Or the diamond skin, I guess it was. Ghosts came along and they tried to do something different. They had the aliens mode, and what was kind of interesting, it was very unneeded. Definitely seemed like it was tacked on and trying to copy the insane craze of Call of Duty zombies. And then, you know, people other than Activision tried doing zombies and failed every single time. Call of Duty 3 Zombies I haven't played personally, but I've heard pretty dang good things about, so that's at least good. But then Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare that were non-Activision produced zombies modes that were underwhelming from what I've heard. I haven't played them because I didn't give a crap. But at least I've seen some videos. At least one thing is with the Infinite Warfare zombies mode is that they have that whole like retro style going on, and I enjoy that personally. But it seems a little weird, and it really shows like they don't know what to do because they're like, oh, people like this, we should make everything new and different and all this sort of stuff, all this crazy stuff that doesn't need to be added at all. When it's kind of funny with Call of Duty, especially with the recent release, or solo release really, of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, where we've been doing all this stuff to expand upon and change the elements of the game, and all this sort of thing, and changing everything, and unbalancing everything like it's frickin'... I can't think of a good analogy. All they needed to do was just do what they've done before. And that seems like what they're doing again with World War II. Because Call of Duty Remastered, or Call of Duty 4 Remastered, a lot of people like Call of Duty 4. And then the rest of the Call of Duties got kind of worse, other than like Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Now we have World War II, which is going back to stuff like World at War, which is one of the best one of the better Call of Duties. And 1, 2, and 3 and stuff like that. I mean, they don't even have a create a class system anymore, which is a little upsetting, but I kind of enjoy it. I think it'll be refreshing. And now with the zombies mode, instead of going retro or Cthulhu or whatever the fuck, they're just doing Nazi zombies. Experiments to create new Nazi soldiers gone wrong. Dark, gritty, scary, gory horror action, which is what it was like in World at War. And I've since been replaying World at War when I'm not rewatching the trailer for Call of Duty World War II Zombies over and over again. And now that I've been replaying it, there are some things I'd like to talk about it as like a review sort of, or talking about the aspects of the game with Call of Duty World at War Zombies. Because we don't have much gameplay stuff shown up for World War II Zombies or anything like that, so I can't really say much other than it looks amazing and it made me pre-order the game. And I usually don't pre-order games. If you're a game and I pre-order you, it means you've got something I want. The only other game I've really pre-ordered that I can remember is Injustice 2, and that became my third favorite game of all time. And the only reason it's my third favorite is because one of them is a childhood game and one
is my favorite game of all time, and I don't think it came out when pre-ordering was a thing, and even if it did, I didn't buy it until long after it came out. Boy.
Let's get into the meat of Call of Duty World War II. The thing is about this game is it's a wave-based game mode, which, in ways, if you do it right, that is, creates instant replayability value. Because if you can just continuously play and play and play and play forever, which is kind of what like the multiplayer has, if it's not shit, then you have replayability. You know, have something to come back to, and that should be a staple because I've been replaying World at War Zombies and Black Ops 2 Zombies, not Black Ops 1 yet. I should play that again. It's fun. But they have this replayability, and that's a good thing. But of course, with every sort of thing that tries to do a monster or classic monster like a zombie, vampire, werewolf, that sort of thing, you're gonna be judged on how you portray these certain monsters. Like, for instance, Twilight did a terrible job at portraying vampires. I can't think of any other good examples, but how does Call of Duty World at War Zombies portray zombies? Pretty good, but with some major flaws. 1. This is a wave-based shooter. Alright, but unfortunately they didn't really know how to make the extra rounds more challenging, since Call of Duty is a game more based around your reaction times and how fast you can point at someone and shoot them. Because if you get the aim on them and shoot them first, you're gonna win, because you have better reaction times. That's kind of how Call of Duty works. But when you have these things with zombies modes, where they're supposed to be more difficult, they obviously have to start out weaker, but then their only way of figuring out how to make things harder is by making the zombies able to take more bullets. And because of this, they break the one zombie rule you never break, and that's if you destroy the brain, they die. In this game, they will walk around like a chicken who's just got their head cut off. That's not a zombie, that's a chicken. But everything else they do is good, especially even little gameplay elements that add to other zombie aspects. For instance, in these areas you have, the more areas they can come in, the easier it is for zombies to ambush you, enforcing that kind of rule that the less entrances you have, the better. until you get into the later maps where you need to continue into the map to run around for all the perks and the power and the mystery box, which I'll get to in a minute. But all these aspects play, well, some of these aspects play into the whole less entrances is better in a zombie apocalypse. Which is interesting how that works in with the gameplay. My only issue with the rounds and them getting more tougher as they go on is that Killing Floor is another wave-based zombie shooter. They don't get stronger. They stay the same health. How it balances the difficulty is it keeps them decently hard with difficulty settings, which they put in Black Ops 2, and I don't know about Black Ops 3, I haven't played that. But in Black Ops 2, they had a small difficulty setting where you could do easy or normal. Or original, it was called. And original was basically the hard mode, because it wasn't easy. But in Killing Floor 2, I'm gonna use that because that's a way better example. They have balanced enemies that aren't too tough or too hard or too easy. But when the rounds go higher, they don't get tougher, they come in bigger packs, which is the same with Call of Duty, but they also get harder to kill, which makes it a bit trickier and sometimes unnecessarily tricky, as in, we need to kill you off before our game gets unbelievably broken, so here's our way of doing that, which is a little bit of a shame. Now we're going to talk about the weapons. There's a point system in the game if you've never played zombies in your life. If you haven't, have you been living under a rock? What are you doing? When you shoot or damage zombies, you get points, and those points can be used to buy guns off the wall, buy from the mystery box, or open up more areas in the world. Now, one thing I have to knock here is you can rebuild barriers in this, and it gets you extra points. Cool! Problem is, if you build too many barriers, or build in between rounds, it doesn't give you points, for seemingly no reason. I mean, what's the point in having a reward system if it only works half the time? Why would I not be rewarded for barricading the window? Even if I've been doing it too much, yes, I'm spamming it, but you've given me an option to benefit me, and you're punishing me for it by not giving me points? That doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. And same goes with the mystery box. In World at War, my favorite map is Nocturne Totem, because the mystery box stays in one place. The thing is, yes, going to the mystery box is a gamble. It's supposed to be tricky. But when I'm paying 950 points, which isn't too much, to be honest, and I get a teddy bear, and it floats all the way somewhere else, that's just adding tedium to the gambling. It's already a gamble in some maps where they don't know even where the box will spawn at first. But then when you get to it and finally use your points, thankfully if you do get a teddy bear, you do get a refund. But then it's just on another part of the map where I have to tediously walk over there, try not to die and get more weapons, because the best weapons are in the box, so I obviously would always want to go for it? Why? Just leave it in one spot. That makes a bit more sense to me, but maybe that's just me.
The last thing I wanted to talk about is the reason why I'm playing on Nocturne Totem so much in this gameplay you're seeing, and the reason why it's my favorite in World at War. And that's because, not just because of the mystery box, but because of the map's simplicity. And that's one of the main problems I think is happening with a lot of the Call of Duty games, is they try to be far more complex than they are supposed to be, when they should just be simple. Some of the greatest things are the simplest of things. Take for instance Scooby-Doo. The original show is simple, so it was more enjoyable by the mass audience. But when they added the new show and had all these complex characters and relationships and drama that didn't need to be added, it got progressively worse. And that's kind of the same thing I'm seeing with Call of Duty, and even Call of Duty Zombies now.
So overall, I do think that Call of Duty Zombies, at least World at War and Black Ops 2, have good bases that they expanded upon too much. Like I've talked about with the Call of Duty games. They've expanded upon it too much, to the point where it's either useless, tacked on, or just plain unneeded. This new World War II looks like it's going back to that. And it looks like, well, in a way, because they say that there's going to be story elements, which I might find very interesting. I might like that. Might be fun. My only question is, how are they going to implement guns in the game, since there's no create a class, so you only have those types of guns? But I've heard there's not going to be wall buys, so are there going to be preset loadouts for zombies as well? What? That would be weird, but interesting. And I think I would tolerate it, because
This trailer is the most amazing thing ever, alright? It looks amazing.
it's a really good trailer. If you haven't checked it out already, I highly recommend you go check it. If you haven't played Zombies or Call of Duty World at War or Black Ops 2 Zombies, what are you doing? Go play those, because those are actually decent Call of Duty games. Decent. Zombies mode is better, so just play for that. And I'll be waiting for World War II to come out. I'll have some more videos out for you in the coming weeks. I'll do more gaming videos. I'm probably going to do one on Doomfist since he's new. I probably want to do another Left 4 Dead 2 video. And I want to do that Mario Kart 8 video. And Kid Icarus actually inspired me to want to do a top 10 things that scared me when I was a kid list. So look for that in the future. Other than that, I don't have too much else to say about Call of Duty World War II Zombies, or zombies in general, throughout this series. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.
It's free real estate.